Welcome to the best show on YouTube. Well, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's just joking there. Welcome to the Gordon Miller Show. Today I wanted to talk to you individuals about a topic that, well, frankly, I believe I don't know if the world needs more of it. That's what I was about ready to say, but I try not to live my life in an echo chamber. I try to hear both sides of the political spectrum. I don't always have to agree with one side or the other, but now there's certain situations where I hate bringing politics, and I really don't like doing it. But sometimes that's all feeling is, if I want to discuss something, I might as well discuss it. That's what YouTube is here for. It's to make videos, to talk to individuals on planet Earth about various things. It really is. And this channel is random. It's not like one set of genre, really, And but I wanted to talk about not living in an echo chamber. I think that's the key to try to have an open mind, but it seems like in this world, nobody really has an open mind. Nobody can, and they don't like people with open minds. I mean, if, like, for example, I'm going to title this video, by the way, you don't have to live in an echo chamber. So, yeah, with that being said, I can listen to both sides of the political spectrum. I can, at the end of the day, does a woman's, when a woman makes a decision, is that going to really affect you? I'm talking about, well, I don't want to say the A word. I want to say, bodily autonomy. That's the woman's choice. Really, are you really going to be concerned? Are you really going to pay for this kid's? Are you going to pay for this kid's life? Are you going to donate money to make sure it lives and goes to college and all that and all that jazz? More than likely, no, you're not. But you just want to, But also, I can be a pro-gun person, or I can say, well, a person should have the right to free speech, to and not destroying Teslas, for God's sake. What the heck? For Pete's sakes, what the flying frick are people out there destroying Teslas because they don't agree with somebody? I thought the Teslas were good for the environment, which I buy into the climate change. I mean, not like maybe the extreme like some individuals, but I think there's something that needs to be done about climate change. Doesn't make me a liberal or a conservative. I can be middle ground, and that's what I am. It's just middle. I'm not like, I try not to, you know what I mean. I try not to live in an echo chamber. I'm not. I don't have to donate my money to reparations, because I'm not against reparations. I'm actually for it. But my ancestors came in 1890s, both sides. The earliest was like 1880s, and that was like the German or the French or the British or Turkish. I think I'm a little Turkish too. I think. Anyway, Middle Eastern too, some, but mostly European. And they came well after the Civil War ended. So, my apologies. I had a text message I had to get to. So if you see a jump cut, that's the reason. Now, again, I was talking about right after the Civil War ended, the ancestors came. So I'm not opposed to reparations, but I don't think I should have to pay a damn dime. And that gets to me to the next point, the next stop living in an echo chamber video part of the video. Don't always think you need to pander to groups. In order to get advanced individuals, stop calling some people victims and stop calling some people the white supremacist and all that crap. Just because you have differing opinions about, maybe maybe you're against affirmative action. Maybe a person's against DEI. DEI is like worse than, from what I heard, but I could be wrong. I mean, affirmative act, diversity, equity, inclusion is basically pandering. And why do you base things on color? That's almost the definition of racism right there. You shouldn't have to frickin' feel guilty about you shouldn't have to feel guilty about being white or European or Turkish or Middle Eastern. In fact, I think my great grandma on my mom's side, mom's side is Native American. So, I got there's definitely down the road, I mean, I identify as a white person, but it's almost ridiculous to sit there and have to apologize for something that, even say somebody that lived and lives in the South, and their great grandfather was he had a plantation down in the South, and that person's ancestors, it's like the 6 or 7 generations ago, 8 generations, it's ridiculous to think and then that person that wasn't even alive, had nothing to do with it. And there was like, at that point, you're almost not even related. I mean, your distant ancestors are so distant that you're a completely different person. I mean, and of course you're a different person from your kin, from your relatives, and, I'm different from, my third cousin or whatever, and he's different from me. It's like, I don't even know half my family, most of my family. But seriously, I mean, no one should have to feel guilty for what anybody did. What someone does 1,000 miles away is completely irrelevant to me. Irrelevant. And it has nothing to do with me. So that's the point. It's like, even my ancestors they came in the 1890s. It's absolutely ridiculous how someone has to live in an echo chamber for one side, when you can stop living in an echo chamber and listen to both sides of the argument. And I want to get to another one that, trans. Fine, be a trans. That's absolutely cool if you want to be trans. But my thing is with sports, if a biological man becomes a woman and identifies as a woman, and I can respect their pronouns, and I will respect their pronouns. I know trans people. I know, and I call them by their name, their new name. But doesn't mean I have to sit there and think, well, they have to be in sport. If they get into sports, that's crazy to think that. I mean, if you think about it, look at the biological. They're biological men, and they transition to women. They dominate men's sport. They shatter, like the weightlifting. They shatter the records by like 600 pounds. It's absolutely crazy, ludicrous numbers, and they just completely dominate. And yet, these individuals, they should be able to play in sports. Really? No. But if you want to give me some scientific evidence that it's fair, and no one can, you see, because you go by, unfortunately, you have to go by statistics. I don't always like to go by statistics, but if you go by the way they dominate sports, the way they crush the competition, sorry, not sorry, but I think it's important to respect LGBTQ rights. I think it's important to it's important to do that. And you may think, oh, I'm totally contradicting myself, but I try not to. I honestly don't. We all do, but in this situation, I really think it's important to show respect to somebody, a person of color, and try to be nice to them as best you can. Doesn't mean you have to go over there and give them a big hug, because frankly, that would be kind of awkward. To go up to somebody and try to give them a big hug, even though being awkward is kind of fun sometimes, but not in that manner. I mean, you don't want to go up to somebody that's a complete stranger and say, "Oh my gosh, you're a person of color. I have to give you a big hug. Come here." No, seriously, no one's going to do that. I mean, and it's like I say, you don't always have to live in an echo chamber. And someone will say, "Well, you are living in an echo chamber." Well, no, I assure you that I'm not. I listen to both sides of the political spectrum. I turn on CNN, I turn on MSNBC, I also turn on Fox News, Newsmax, and News Nation's another one that's kind of down in the middle. They're kind of a middle ground one, and they're good. But to sit there and think all the political spectrum, I honestly, I hate doing political videos. But it's something it's interesting too at the same time, like I say. But even getting back to the LGBTQ stuff, I don't have to necessarily wave a flag. I bet, that doesn't make me a bigot if I don't. And if you want to call me a bigot for not waving a flag, then so be it. If every little differing opinion has to be, it seems like nobody's reasonable anymore. It seems like everybody has to be one side or the other. Just saying, and I think that's good for people to strive. I mean, look, it's like I say, it's your only life. You're really going to, and you may say I'm wasting my life too by doing a video like this. You're really going to have your only life be about, you waste your only life, your only existence, and really lighten up a little bit and relax, have some fun, have some comedy, And that's what I think it's about, is having comedy. There's people out there that hate comedy. And what? You're going to actually spend your only existence being so serious that you're going to be not laughing about things? Come on. So, like I say, I don't have to tell you every little political thought or political side I'm on, but I'm not I've been called from conservatives a liberal. I've been called by liberals a conservative, or maybe not even that. It's like from a liberal calls me a fascist, from a conservatives called me a lefty Democrat. And just because I don't, I'm against capitalism and all that, not maybe not against it, but I mean, I don't think CEOs should be making millions and millions of dollars for doing, and I think that overtime should be outlawed. If you want to call me a lefty there, then fine, and call me a lefty on that side of my thoughts on that. But I've probably said way too much, and I probably went over the time that you wanted to watch the video, and I'm sorry about that, but like I say, thank you very much again for stopping by the Gordon Miller Show. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you don't, that's cool too. I'm here to say that I don't want to live in one echo chamber. I think you can watch the Babylon Bee and have a little humor, have a little fun in that. But also, you should be able to not be called a softie or for watching MSNBC or CNN. So anyway, thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.